What's up, guys? D-Rock 1992 here. For this next film, I'm going to be reviewing the comedy movie from 2000, Miss Congeniality, starring Sandra Bullock as the main character. Bullock is one of my favorite actresses now. He's definitely one of my favorite actresses. In every film I've watched from her so far, she's a good actress. She's really good. She gets into the characters, and she's just a great actress. This movie also has Benjamin Bratt. I guess he was famous in Law and Order. Candice Bergen, Michael Caine from Austin Powers and Goldmember, the Batman trilogy, and all that sort of thing. And William Shatner from Star Trek, of course, Star Trek fame. They're pretty much the main people in this movie. Miss Congeniality got a 42% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So, a little bit of information there, and I'll get into the plot. So, starting out, there is this terrorist who's threatening a beauty pageant winner, or a beauty pageant contestant, basically plotting against her with a bomb, and all that sort of thing. And Gracie Hart is Sandra Bullock's character. She's an FBI agent who is definitely a little ridiculed by her peers at the FBI. Benjamin Bratt his character is a guy who picks on her a lot. Her boss is not really a real pleasant guy. What happens at the beginning is that Gracie Hart and her some of the FBI officials, they go in on a sting mission to uncover to have a drug bust. I think a drug bust or something like that. So they do it. They get the sting going, and everybody is everybody's participating in the sting, and they're about to make the arrests and all that. When the head guy of this mob, he starts choking on some of his food. Gracie Hart, she pleads with the FBI guys, please, I've got to help him. He's choking. They tell him, no, keep your position. But Gracie Hart disobeys her superiors, and she rescues that guy, basically. She gets the food out of him using the Heimlich maneuver, and but then that mob guy gets out a knife and holds her at knife point. And as a result of this, there's a guy, one of Gracie Hart's partners gets killed by the mob, and, well, eventually the mob is caught, and everything is good except for the fact that partner died. Gracie Hart takes it very personally that her partner died. The head guy of the FBI, her boss, he's not too happy about Gracie Hart being disobedient, not following the rules, not following orders, and she kind of gets demoted to a desk job, and can't help out in the case of this terrorist threatening this beauty pageant contestant. But anyway, they have to figure out, Gracie Hart kind of helps out the whole investigation by saying that there should be someone undercover in the beauty pageant, in the Miss America beauty pageant. And they run through some names and all that. They have this computer where they have they put themselves or somebody else in a dress, and they kind of see what's going on. It was kind of funny. They put the boss in a dress, and boss wasn't too pleased about that. But then they run into Gracie Hart as the person who will go undercover. Gracie Hart at first is like, no way. She's a tomboy. She's very much manly in the, she's manly for a woman. She's not a girly girl. And eventually, Gracie Hart accepts the undercover assignment, and she goes undercover with the knowledge of the head of the the Miss America pageant, I think played by Candice Bergen, and another guy involved with it played by William Shatner. So she goes undercover, and there's this image consultant, this image guy, this pageant manager played by Michael Caine, who comes in and pretty much through painstaking work makes Gracie Hart into a Miss Pageant contender. Basically, at first it's like she has no chance. I mean, she can't walk well. For the pageants, you have to walk a certain way. You have to, you got to diet for one thing. And it's kind of funny. She was trying to get donuts and certain types of food, and Michael Caine's character just stopped her. He forbade her from eating junk, basically, keeping her figure in order. And so they are undercover, or Gracie Hart's undercover. She's becoming a pageant contestant. She befriends Miss Rhode Island, who she suspects is actually the terrorist behind the bomb and the whole scheme to blow up the Miss Pageant winner. So she's the first suspect, because Miss Rhode Island is quiet. She's not like all the other contestants who are talkers, definitely. So anyway, after a while, Gracie suspects that the head woman of the U.S. pageant is actually the one who is the terrorist. Everybody actually does not believe her. The FBI, all the FBI officials, they don't believe her, and Benjamin Bratt's character doesn't believe her at first. So they actually cancel the undercover operation. Gracie Hart is forced to go. She stays along with the pageant, but just as a citizen. And Benjamin Bratt's character and Michael Caine's character and everybody, they leave, basically, they end the undercover operation and they leave. And it looks like the undercover operation is not going to work, that they're not going to get this terrorist, who actually in a scene does turn out to be the head pageant lady, who is actually jealous of, who's actually wanting to recapture her glory. She was a former pageant winner, and she wants to recapture that glory and make a statement of sorts by blowing up this pageant winner. The Crown, what happened is that the Crown has a bomb device, has a bomb in it, so if somebody wore the crown, they'd get blown up into smithereens, basically. And so then Benjamin Bratt's character, and he realizes that Gracie Hart's right, that the head lady is the woman who is the terrorist. So he goes back along with Michael Caine's character to try to stop this woman and her son, actually, who's actually portraying her assistant, but this son is a terrorist as well. He's evaded the law before, and he's disguised himself as the assistant when he's really the woman's son. Anyway, he's getting the crown all situated and gets the bomb in the crown. And the pageant begins. They do certain things with the pageant, like they earlier in the film they go over certain parts of the pageant, like the world peace bit, the walking, the all that sort of stuff. But anyway, this is the final, and Gracie Hart is selected in the top 5 of the USA pageant. But then it is discovered, but then eventually Miss Rhode Island ends up winning the whole thing, and she's crowned the winner, and she's about to get her crown going. Gracie Hart tries to stop her. She tries to get the crown back, and the son is actually has a little control button that he can push to blow up the crown. And he's delaying, because Gracie Hart is trying to take the crown from Miss Rhode Island. And Benjamin Bratt's character spots the son. He goes up, he wrestles, he fights with the son and overpowers him eventually. And then the crown, the crown does blow up, but doesn't blow up on anybody's head at all, or anything like that. Gracie Hart manages to get the crown away from Miss Rhode Island. The woman, the head woman, and the son are arrested for obviously terrorist threats, and Gracie Hart wins. The FBI wins. And so Gracie Hart has to go back to the FBI and all that. At the end, there's actually a fake emergency. So Gracie Hart goes into this room where they find out that all the pageant people, all the pageant women, they name Gracie Hart Miss Congeniality, the title of the movie. They name her Miss Congeniality, and that's pretty much the movie. I really did like Miss Congeniality a lot. This is a movie that I was looking to watch for a while, and I watched it about a week ago or so. So I like this movie. It was good. Sandra Bullock, very good in her role, very funny, physical comedy as well as comedy in general. Michael Caine was good. William Shatner was pretty good. I didn't have a complaint with any of the characters. The movie, the plot, and all that was intriguing. I gotta give it a 5 out of 5 stars. This was a very good movie, and yeah, that's it for my review. D-Rock 1992 out.